Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with an eclipse event. This is going to be the 5 degrees and 9 minutes, all right, lunar eclipse in Taurus. And it's really a part of like a year and a half cycle where we're no longer with the south node in Scorpio and the north node in Taurus. So much work has already been done in this department for this lunar eclipse. Now it's time to really bring things to a full and complete closure as for how much we've been enlightened on themes of our self-worth, where we have been selfish, where we could be more altruistic and selfless, giving, all right, where we realize that we can be nourished by the things that have died in our life. So considering this is a lunar eclipse and it's a full moon, this full moon in Taurus is helping us understand and take like a vulture what may appear to be dead and use it to nourish our body. This is not in the I Ching, which is linked to human design. All right, this is representing gate 27, this Taurus gate. In the I Ching, this is the I Ching hexagram of nourishment. And the nourishment is where the sun is going to be in Scorpio. The sun in Scorpio at 5 degrees 9 minutes as well is us being consciously aware of what are we transforming that literally has died in our life, has closed out. And more importantly, what are the demons that are inside of us that we have rejected, that we do not accept, or at least at bare minimum, who is considered or what is considered demonic. So Lucifer is the prime example in this, where in the picture, even in the tarot card, you have Archangel Michael killing Lucifer. And what this eclipse is trying to help us understand is we're not here to kill who was once the strongest and the most beloved angel and fall into its desires and its demonic frequencies, at least how it is labeled. It is about understanding that all parts of that, let's say something like the war happening in Israel, all of this aggression and anger, whether we accept it or not, it is a part of our human nature to eat other people, to kill other people. Now, we are in the process of genetically transforming beyond such a model where we don't actually need to do that anymore. Cannibalism and stuff like that is not so much of our survival instinct, but a lot of that is also, again, in Western culture. So it's hard to really um, connect. I feel like a lot of us in the world are globally dissociated, right? Because most Western cultures, food at its bare minimum, you may be struggling to pay it, but you can eat, right? And so Taurus is a gate, an energy that is about our nourishment, and it's in the solar, no, sorry, it's in the sacral chakra, which this form of nourishment is our relationships. It's the understanding on this lunar eclipse, full moon in Taurus, that what we give is what we receive, and that amplifies. And it's about learning how not to give to the wrong people, giving the wrong things, giving at the wrong times. Now, I take a step back and I say, hit the thumbs up and the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Astro Shaman, Pernell Bobby. We're generating an economy of harmony, leveraging human design and genetic astrology. If you made it this far in the chat, all right, go ahead and drop who you resonate more with between Scorpio and Taurus. Drop the bull or the Taurus symbol down below, or drop the Scorpio, the bird, or the fire sign, or the wolf. There are a lot of manifestations of Scorpio. And these animals really have a lot to do with how we are linked at a certain time frame. In reality, we were linked with, you couldn't tell the difference of consciousness between a wolf and a human, or a caterpillar and a woman. Our consciousness were linked. And this is a lot of what we're trying to close out. And again, this is on a grand scale. So let me kind of backtrack a little bit. If you want some written insights on this full moon lunar eclipse and how the last one in Libra really played a role as well, all right, the solar eclipse in Libra at 21 degrees, check out my blog. I'm going to put it down in the description here. I wrote a blog, and it's really detailed. It includes Mars and Scorpio and that impact. It includes one of the things we're going to talk about, which is considered the ring of illusion, which is coming back from Libra, but this ring of illusion plays a story, whether you know it or not. I'm going to help try to paint that picture in this 5-degree sun in Scorpio. Now, what that ring of illusion is, let's try to get back and come to it. But if I give you the quick early heads up in case I forget, the sun in Scorpio is really concerned with dying without ever really discovering your purpose. Like, and the difference with this Libra eclipse that just happened, it's like dying and feeling unfulfilled, right? Like kind of knowing what that is, but just not fulfilling that and failing based off of, you know, what you've considered successful in the mainstream society, okay, in the popular world versus at an individual level, what was fulfilling for you? What made you feel immortal? What made you feel venerated? And what was worth preserving? What, who and what was worth preserving. Now, um, there's a lot of things happening on this eclipse. So check the blog, hit the thumbs up and the likes button. I thank you for being here. We are having an eclipse event on the 21st of October, and it's going to be right in the middle of the Libra eclipse and this Taurus eclipse, okay? The Libra solar new moon and then the Taurus lunar full moon. Both of these are actually a purging. The new moon would have been a manifestation period, but because the South noticed, they were still purging out these um, relationship dynamics as well as values that we've created about what it means to succeed or fail, or who and what to preserve. So again, the information is out there. Check the blog, you'll see a full thing, or come to the workshop event where we're going to be doing a water renewal spell. This is happening with a lot of Scorpio energy, a lot of fixed stuck emotions that get trapped in our physical body that are being asked to transform. One of the things that shamans do is not get rid of your fears, but help you identify and understand what the fear is so that we can then take that, like what this lunar eclipse is trying to help us do in Taurus, and actually transmute these dead substances or what can be considered, demonic frequencies, desires that are not accepted by the church, right? Sexual relationships or the speaking of how to transmute sexual energy, how to take a dead energy and realize that energy never dies. It only transforms, right? It transmutes, it transfigures. This is Scorpio's job. And to take the nourishment in our life, okay, and nourishment, what our life looks like when we no longer need food as we continue to progress as a species, moving outside of Homo sapiens or humans, we won't need food at all. And we've seen this already possible when you look at the breatharians, people who live only off of breathing. They don't need water, food, or anything. They just breathe. Now, this is when we understand the never-ending and undying spirit of the human. When we understand this, we start getting into respect and totality of like, you know what? Being selfish isn't bad. Um, to be honest, nothing is necessarily just all bad. When we look at these things, we judge these, we criticize them, and we reject them. Ultimately, it's a rejection of our deeper nature within ourselves. The grand fear of us dying, especially dying without ever really trying, or dying fulfilling somebody else's dream, somebody else's form and idea of status, success, and wealth and power, what they may think that is, while you don't feel deeply respected or as if you're preserving anything worth preserving because it wasn't unique to you. So this lunar eclipse in Taurus, all right, has a couple elements that I would like to bring up on screen. Now we're gonna have, all right, Mars in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, the Sun in Scorpio, right? And then we're going to have the Moon in Taurus and Jupiter in Taurus. We're also going to have Uranus in Taurus, but the aspects are not as potent as what I'm going to talk about now. So the main ones is Mars in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, the Sun in Scorpio. And they're going to be exact opposition to the Moon in Taurus, as well as Jupiter in Taurus at 11 degrees. So Mars and Jupiter are directly opposite of each other, right? At 11 degrees, really of our hopes and our dreams. The star card in tarot, if you check out our major arcana, check my website, and you can see in a major arcana of how to create and combine the degrees to which degrees associated with tarot. The 11 is the star card. And this is really saying that, if we work towards the foundation, which may not come true overnight, but if we work towards building a foundation using a certain method to create a certain sense of stability, sustainability that ultimately is very generous and can give to others, understanding that we're going to receive more abundance in return. Mars in opposition is saying, go ahead and get obsessed about something, okay? Get obsessed. Even experience a little bit of hubris, a little extra pride in this project that you are putting your life force energy, you are transforming something that you thought was useless, and you're taking this useless thing and you're starting to feed it, all right? And it goes a little deeper than that, but Mars in Scorpio is home. It's in its home planet. This is really where you want to mind your sexual energy. You want to be very careful of hedonism. Remember, Jupiter is considered Zeus, and Zeus loves to have babies, right? And Taurus is very fertile. So this could be a very fertile time. You might get pregnant. This is one thing that it can say. Or you can birth a dream. You can birth a hope. And if you do take action towards this, and kind of like an obsessed, very focused, determined, and persevering manner where you're like, I will achieve my dreams, I will achieve my goals no matter what, 11 on screen, then Jupiter doesn't make your dreams and wishes come true today. They don't expand in the moment, especially not in Taurus. Maybe in Sagittarius, maybe in Aries, it can get a glimpse, right? But in the future, you will have something sustainable, okay? And so it's like, what are you building that is going to be sustainable? This is the time with this opposition. You can merge, very traumatic and painful stories and narratives that help you to persevere. Something that you have lost, something that you were forced to give away, something that may have even shocked and surprised you. Now you have the opportunity to see this with a very objective and high conscious mind and realize that, okay, part of this is an illusion. What seems and appears to be a loss right now is actually me understanding at a deeper psychological level something bringing me closer to my self-worth, helping me close out so I can stop sharing and trying to merge, or fearing things like death, money, taxes, and responsibilities. You can cut away from this and see the grander, bigger picture. That's one thing. Now with the sun in opposition, the sun in Scorpio, sun Scorpio has it operates from, if I'm not mistaken, the 10th house, which again, a lot of focus and energy on Scorpio and the sun on career, how and what career actually has meaning to you. Something that will make you feel like you are immortal. You have been and will be remembered in time forever. Your efforts will be sustained, as well as generated from an internal source of happiness and light. And what you're going to realize is on this lunar eclipse, you cannot do any of this while you are Archangel Michael killing Lucifer. You only be able to do this when you shine light on the totality of good and bad does not exist. The one thing that does exist is the human spirit, the light within you, and like Kali, taking what you consider unlovable, easy to reject, easy to criticize from about anything, yourself or another, and literally swallow that whole. Take it inside and put it in the center of what makes you bright, what illuminates your heart, and what even relieves, believe it or not, whatever relieves pain from your kidneys. If you've been feeling a lower back pain, especially in the kidney area, I don't know how to show you that right now. Right here, crap, right here, okay, where that little dip in your back is, that's your kidneys. I was experiencing pain there. Like my back felt like it freaking broke. I feel like I had no structure, no stability, and this was death, right? In a physiological level, this is represented by the kidneys or the spleen. So these are back to our relationships, okay? The Scorpio energy. And so it's like, really drink a lot of water right now. Really be mindful of alcohol. Anything that's going to disrupt and harm your kidneys during this eclipse, I would recommend more water, okay? A lot more water. Drink more teas. Help to purify your blood. Anything that purifies your blood, I would really take more of. I would say maybe Florida Jamaica, which is like hibiscus flower, really can help with the bloodstream and clean out some toxins. Um, I'm trying to think what else in the moment, but I don't have anything. Peppermint might help to open up and vasodilate your blood vessels. Okay, so in your tea, I have like peppermint that can help. Um, Chamomile can help you to calm your nerves. It's a time frame you really want to focus on what's going to cleanse out your kidneys. It will help you become more consciously aware on what you're here to develop. What death are you experiencing that is asking you to transform and transfigure and transmute it all together on this lunar eclipse in Taurus? Okay, now what else is happening? The fact that the sun, Mercury, and Mars all in Scorpio, this means that what we're developing, what our conscious awareness is really looking to obsess and focus on, is matched up with our mind and helping us understand what exchanges can I make with another, but from an altruistic place where when I give, I don't really have much expectation in return, or when I give, it's like, I am looking to give to in exchange that feeds and nourishes me in return. Because remember, this is the I Ching hexagram of nourishment, right? So I am looking to do that, but I'm also not attached to that outcome of what I do receive. I'm more in a relationship with the universe, trusting that, well, you know what, I gave from the purity and the goodness of my heart. So I understand that no matter what is returned, I'm putting my energy and focus in the right areas. And if it's not, I'm not going to take it personal because I poured from an overflowing cup. Now, on the shadow frequencies, you might find yourself taking this personal, having expectations that, well, like, I scratch your back, you're supposed to scratch my back. And I'll try to give you an example. My friends are getting married, and they sent a chart to me one day, and they were like, "Hey, can you read this chart?" And I'm like, "I've seen their charts before," and I was like, um, you know, "What would you like to know?" And they were like, "I just want to know a little bit, like just general information." I'm like, uh, "Is this your chart?" And they're like, "No, no, no, it's a coworker." And I'm like, "Unfortunately, I don't have energy or space to give to this. But what I actually already have been thinking about as a wedding gift is to give you and your partner, who is a longtime friend of mine's, family even, a reading to help your marriage to, discover some of these edges, these curves. This is what I can give from my heart that is pure. I'm not willing to do it for your coworker. Like, you got to book a service. You want to book a service and take his reading? Cool. But as longtime friends with him, I can give to you in this way. So it's literally looking at, like, I took something dead, like doing a reading for that person. This is just a wild example, but doing a reading for that person's coworker, it's dead. Like this is there's no return on gain. Like, nothing about this brings me joy. Nothing about this excites me. Nothing about this. I feel passionate in no level. In fact, I feel more like, don't come to me with this nonsense. Like, this is useless. Like, this is a waste of energy. This is a waste of my focus, everything. But what's not a waste is to nurture and pour into this relationship, because this relationship of this married couple, they've allowed and supported me to travel globally when I had absolutely no money. They were giving me pop-up homes around the world. When I'm coming in from out of the country and I have nowhere to stay, I had no shelter, these people gave me shelter. When I was in the middle of writing my book, these people gave me a home, they gave me food, so you see what I'm saying? Like, I can fuel and give to them, but I'm also mindful of what I give and how I give it and what's worth giving. So check the blog that I wrote, because it'll better help you understand this in a grand picture and a grand narrative. And now, the last thing I'll say, really, because I don't think much on this more is too much necessary. A lot of focus on your career and building your life system in a way that is sustainable, in a way that makes you feel like you lived a life worth living. That's a lot of it. Now, this is also, if you look at the degree point theory course and you realize and you look at the description of each degree, this is happening at degree 5. And Nicola Stanovich talks about how this is the degree of sex. This is dripping sexual energy, okay? It leaks out of their pores. And a lot of this is about being porous, because when we are porous at a, microscopic level, we allow ourselves to be porous, let's say open. What happens now is, we are able to receive. If you are closed off, your heart is locked up, you're feeling the sense of betrayal. Let's say you're back to that Archangel Michael and you're killing Lucifer and you're feeling betrayed because you're like, I'm Lucifer. I was the highest angel at one point, the most respected, the most venerated. And because I decided that desire is a real part of human existence, a real necessity for me to want to desire something, whether it's me desiring flesh, whether it's me desiring something that, let's say, the church considers undesirable, but it is a part of my natural human instinct, okay, to desire such thing, whatever that is. You're going to crucify me and murder me rather than take me into your arms and hold me. This 5 degree, which drips and leaks sexual energy, is a major. If you can, you'll see it, and check out the course. I think it's like, I don't know, $5 to buy the course, and you'll get all the degree point theory, and you'll have a better understanding of how this 5 degree can be maximized. I spent a lot of time on this particular one because I met a lot of clientele that I've read charts for that had this, and most of them misuse this 5 degree energy. And it's not hard to do. It's very premature. It's very raw, and it doesn't have a lot of structure and order. It's really brand new. Okay, and it leaks out in a very porous manner. So this is about being open, and like Leo, the sun, giving from a place of purity, giving because you can give and you only get charged and feel more bright and alive and vibrant by what you gave. All right. Um, so that's one thing I feel like is really worth mentioning. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. If you made it to the end of this video, hit the Scorpio or the bull or the fire or the bird or the wolf or the spider. Scorpio has so many manifestations. Based off of what stage you're at in your scorpionic journey. The retreat's coming. I'm really excited about that. Awesome. But moving forward from there, uh, check out the eclipse event. Okay. It's happening this Saturday coming, October 21st, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in Mexico, not Central Daylight Time. You're 1 hour ahead of us, Central Standard Time. So check that. The calculations will do it for you anyways, to be honest, when you buy. And understand that we're doing a raffle. Somebody's going to get a free reading. And I'll tell you right now, somebody got 70 times the amount of raffle tickets. They basically just tried to secure themselves to get that free reading. But, you know, I believe in fate. I believe in destiny. Like, if you're meant to get that free reading, you will. Just by coming to the event alone, you already get a free raffle ticket to enter and to get any one of my services. All right. Any dollar you donate, you have to choose the option of what you pay. It's $8. $3 if you're members, right? And if you pay $18, you're getting 11 raffle tickets total, aka plus the one you already. So you have that chance for me to pull your name out of a hat at the end of this eclipse event, where I'm going to help stabilize you with a water magic spell, angelic Reiki, really removing energetic boundaries. We're going to do energy cleanses. We're going to be really helping to close out certain gates, close out some of these demonic energies that actually are consuming you in a negative way. And it's like, that's a different story. I'm not going to go that way. Um, and the list goes on. Writing prompts, another huge one. I'm a big fan of, earth magic and air magic, a little combination of earth and air. Really powerful when it comes to understanding what's closing out. Because again, like I said, one of the things that shamans do is not get rid of your fears, but help you understand your fears more deeply so that you can love them, so that you can, embrace them as light and swallow those demons into the center of what is brilliant and vibrant and glowing within inside of you. So check out that event. We really want to see you there. We have people already rolling in. People are still rolling in. Check out the blog. You'll get a deeper insight to this. That costs you nothing. And I will see you soon. Thank you. If you made it to the end, drop the Scorpio, Spider, Wolf, Bull, Taurus symbol, Scorpio symbol, the Scorpion, wherever you stage you feel like you're at, to let me know you're in, and also just to give and receive, to give, to help out this video, to reach somebody that it needs to. All right. I want to say thank you for being here. I love you so, so much. All right. I'll see you at the event this Saturday, October 21st. Love.